Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to explain you how to configure VPN server for remote IP phone devices. Having desk IP phone in a home office is definitely a great productivity tool. However, offering desk IP phones to remote workers is very challenging from information security point of view. To overcome this problem, PBXact has built-in VPN server, and Sangoma S-series phones, they come with built-in VPN client. Remote workers can simply connect their IP phones to any DHCP-based open internet connection, and the phone will automatically make secure VPN connection to PBX. You will not need any special VPN or SBC server at your office. As these phones make end-to-end VPN tunnel with your PBX, it resolves many Fortnite related issues with nested internet connections, possibly at remote workers' place. Let's learn how you can configure VPN server for remote IP phone devices. VPN server configuration is a four-step process. In step 1, we will enable and configure VPN server in PBXact. Let's do that. We'll go to modules. In modules, you will go to system admin. VPN server configuration is part of system admin pro. So here you have to go to VPN server section at the end. So you will click on VPN server. By default, VPN server is disabled. Okay, so here you can see the VPN server configuration. In the client section, you will see all the configured clients. These clients are created automatically by default when you create your extensions. I will talk about this later. The first step is to enable your VPN server. We will go to settings. In settings, here you will enable the VPN server. So this setting will actually enable the VPN server. The VPN server will start when your PBXact starts. You need not to change this most of the time until and unless this network setting interfere with your local network. This is the subnet which will be distributed to all the VPN clients. So they will be assigned the IP addresses from this pool. Server remote address. This is either IP address or a fully qualified domain name for your PBXact. In my case, here I'm using a fully qualified domain name, demo.pbexact.tech. So I will use my server address here. Redirect gateway. Redirect gateway allows you to send all of your traffic through the PBX or through the VPN server. Most of the time, you will not enable this. This can actually attract a lot of traffic from IP phones through IP phones to your PBX. So I will keep it no here. This is a VPN renegotiation timer. I will keep it default. These are the routes. If my redirect gateway is enabled, I can also choose what routes my redirect gateway will use to send the traffic out. I'm not using the redirect gateway, so I'll keep these routes disabled. I will just press the submit button and then I will press save and apply. Now this will enable my VPN server in my PBX. Every time my PBX will start, VPN server will also get started. There is one more point that I would like to highlight here. If you are using a server remote address as a fully qualified domain name, uh, I will recommend you to keep your DDNS service disabled. So in DDNS, you can just disable the DDNS services. Okay, so we are now have configured our VPN server. Next step is to update your firewall settings to allow the VPN port. If you are using internal PBXact firewall, you can do this in firewall settings in your PBXact admin GUI. So I will go to connectivity section. In connectivity section, I have firewall settings. In firewall settings, my firewall is enabled. I will go to services. Here I will check all the interfaces. I will see that this VPN interface service is now added here. This is the local interface for PBX. Then in services, we'll go to services here, and then I will see if my VPN service is allowed from internet. It will be in extra services. In extra services, you'll okay here. So this is my open VPN server, and it should be allowed from internet, local, and other. I will save these settings. If you are using external firewall, you have to open this VPN port in your external firewall. By default, OpenVPN server in PBXact is running on 1194 port. You have to open both TCP and UDP. Next step is, now you have to configure and link VPN clients for your users, for your remote users. You can do that in user management. I will show you how to do that. So you will go to modules in user management here. You can manage this setting at group level or each user level. It's convenient to manage this setting at the group level. So I'll go to groups, and in the group settings, I will go to VPN section here on the VPN tab. And here there is only one option, auto create and link. So I will enable this setting. I will press yes. With this settings, anytime you add any user or you create any user under this group, will automatically be created with the VPN client and linked to this user. You can also manage this setting at user level. So you can go to any user, specific user here, go to again to the VPN tab. So here we have VPN tab, and the same option is available here as well. Here it is inheriting from the group. So you can have yes, and if you don't want to allow this user to have a VPN client, you can also select no. One user can have more than VPN clients as well. So you can add additional VPN clients to this user as well. Good. So I will just submit it and apply config. Next step is I have to map VPN clients to remote IP phone devices. This mapping is done for each extension and device in Endpoint Manager. We will go to extension mapping and then we will enable it there. So I will go to modules, and in settings section, I have endpoint manager here. I will go to endpoint manager. In endpoint manager, you actually map your extensions to IP phone devices, and at the same place, I will map my VPN clients to these extensions and devices. So for example, this user is mapped with this phone and this Mac. So I will open it, and at the end I have an option here, VPN client. Here it is none. It means this IP phone device is not using VPN connection. So to configure it to use a VPN connection to connect to PBXact, you will simply here map the VPN client that we have created in user section. So we will map this VPN client with the extension and the MAC address. So in this extension mapping, we will do that, and then save, rebuild config, and update device. Remember, every time you change any VPN settings, either in extension mapping or in your VPN server configuration or in endpoint manager, you have to always rebuild the configuration files. These files are downloaded to the device in the beginning when the phone is provisioned. So every time you change any setting, VPN related settings, you have to actually come here and rebuild these configuration files and resynchronize your phone provisioning to the PBXact. So we are done with the extension mapping. Now we are ready to provision the phone over VPN. Here I will again go to VPN server, and my VPN server is in system admin. The VPN server, I will see the list of all the clients provisioned here. I can see no IP phone is connected here. So all are not connected. So I'm going ahead and I'm going to connect my IP phones to an internet connection. My IP phone is configured for 1004 extension. My phone is now successfully provisioned and connected to VPN. I can see the phone screen. I'm just going to refresh this. Here you will see the details. My phone's extension is 104. This is the IP address of the phone. This is the connect time, and it is successfully connected to VPN and registered to the extension. If we look at the phone screen, I have just created the captures from the phone screen that I'm going to show you. Look at those. Okay, so this is how my phone screen looks like. At the main screen, you will see that you'll find this line there, VPN activated. It means this phone is provisioned over a VPN line. Here is the status. When this icon is blue, it means it is successfully connected to the VPN. If this is gray, it means it is not connected. When the phone will not connect to through VPN, you will not find this. Okay. You can also go to the network status and check the network status, where you will find the VPN IP address which is allocated to this phone, and this VPN address comes from the VPN server network pool. It's 10.8.0.2. The same was being shown in my PBXact. So here in my PBXact, you will see that same IP address is assigned here. That's how you configure your PBXact and you configure your VPN server. Remote workers eventually has to do nothing. They have to just connect their phones to any DHCP based internet connection. Most of the provisioning happens from Endpoint Manager. I hope this video will help you to configure your VPN server. Thank you for your time.